What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options, I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshing, I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
Callin' my bitch, tell her bring me that noggin. Brain real good, she a scholar. I like a thing with low mileage, good brain with no college. Call me the baby, no Tyler. I'm real creative and stylish. F in my denim. I send that hit, make them spin 'em. And I just flew back from.
Welcome back to another edition of Diamond in the Rough Sports Talk. For today's special guest, we have the 5-time state champion out of John Curtis High School. Let us all welcome Miss Jordan Barfield. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, as I just mentioned, you guys are just coming off a recent state championship. Could you tell us some of the how difficult it was to win a championship in a pandemic?
It was very hard, and we were faced with like a lot of challenges. One of them was when we first started out, we had a lot of rhythm, and we had to sit out for 2 weeks because one of our players got it. So then it took us a lot of time to get back to where we was. Like it took us like a month, and we just had a lot of hard practices to get back to where we were.
Absolutely, but you know, as we can see, it all paid off, so it was all worth it. So from watching your film, I see that you have exceptional vision. You can make one-handed passes, and like I said, you facilitate with the best of them. How did you develop such elite vision? And also, could you tell us possibly the amount of assists you have per game that you average?
To get those assists, it's just really looking before the play and trusting my teammates that they're going to get the ball. Like, just really trust and saying every option I have before I pass. And I usually average around 5 or more assists.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I also see that you're efficient in a pick and roll as well. Could you just tell us, is this something that you always had in your game? And then also, what exactly are you reading in the pick and roll?
Of course, I never really, at first, I couldn't really shoot the ball well. So, out of the pick and roll, I really just looked for the roll. And after that, I started developing my shot. And, when I'm looking at it, I'm just saying how the defender plays me and how the other person on the post player defends them. And, just see if I got a shot or if I got a pass.
Absolutely.
You know the game.
Yeah.
Facts.
It really takes people a while to figure that out, you know?
Yeah.
So your head coach, Miss Tamika Johnson, could you tell us what it was like playing for her? You know, obviously she had a great career as well. And then also, could you possibly tell us some lessons that she may have taught you that have stuck with you?
In the short time I've known her, I've learned a lot from her. She's not just a coach, but she's also a mentor. She's taught me a lot, with the game and without the game. Something she taught me is, you create your own destiny. Before her, I always looked at life it is what it is, and she was like, no, you create every decision you make, creates your destiny. So I just live by that now.
Absolutely. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you have the ability to shoot the basketball at a very high level. What are some essential skills that a deep-range shooter like yourself must have in order to be able to shoot so efficiently?
It's form, and the main thing is, I would say confidence. If you don't shoot the ball with confidence, it's not going in. Before you release it, if you don't think it's going in, it's not going in. So,
absolutely,
you just got to have confidence.
Do you have a favorite three-point shooter of all time?
I would say Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy though, Ray, he was a great three-point shooter, but Ray had the complete game. Bucks Ray Allen, that boy was dunking on people, all that. Yeah, he was. Out of all the championship runs that you have been a part of, what is your most fondest memory?
I gotta say this year, because this year it was so different. To win, it just made it even more special. To say with COVID, and this year a lot of people said this was a rebuilding year. A lot of people didn't think we would win this year, so it just made it even more special.
Absolutely. So that added some extra motivation for you.
Yeah, it was definitely.
I honestly don't know why at this point why do people keep doubting them? Y'all are a powerhouse. And as I was telling you earlier, it's been Curtis girls basketball has been like that since my sister was playing. Yeah. That's way in 2009. They've always been a powerhouse. And so when you have a program, you can never count them out. When you have an elite program, no matter who's on the court, you can never count them out. Who would you say is your favorite player all time? It could be in the WNBA or the NBA.
My favorite female I would have to say was Maya Moore when she played, because she was a winner, and she's also a winner even though she's not playing anymore, like helping with the justice system, and I respect that. And I have to say, for males, I would have to say LeBron James. He's definitely the GOAT.
Yeah, LeBron's my favorite player too.
Yeah.
I like Maya Moore. I like her game, but I like Skylar Diggins.
Oh yeah, she's hard.
Yeah, out of Notre Dame, I always did like her. She was nice. Yeah. So for my last question, if you could possibly change one thing in the world, what would it be and why?
I would change like all the hate in the world. Like if I could take one thing away, it would be definitely that, and like just replace it with love. Like I feel like that's the problem in the world. It's too much hate.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. Man, the floor is yours.
Jordan, you are a 5-time state champion. So each of the past seasons, can you take us back through the adversity? Well, you only got to do it this season because we already knew with COVID. Yeah. So each of the past 4 seasons, can you take us back the adversity that you all faced, and how did you all overcome it as a team to become victorious?
My first year, my 8th grade year, they lost the year before, so the practices were just so different. And I'm an 8th grader coming in, and it was like so intense, and everybody was hungry, so it was just proving themselves that year. Then the second year, everybody came back, so it was just the upperclassmen getting better themselves and myself learning. The third year, we lost like a lot of key players. A lot of them went to college, and then it was just again proving themselves. And the next year, we had like a star player, Jaquila Jordan. So everybody was just like, stop her and they'll win. So we had to step up as, the other people and play our role.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about your childhood. How did you grow up? What age did you actually start playing basketball? When did you take it serious? Who was the first person that put a basketball in your hand?
My dad put a basketball in my hand because he was like, you got to play sports. You don't have a choice. So I started playing then. I was like around 6, and then I stopped playing for a little minute. Then I started back in middle school because we didn't have a team, so I had to play for the park. Then my 8th grade year, I went to Curtis, and that's when I really started taking it serious, seeing how all the other girls did. It made me want to get better.
So are you seeking to go play college basketball somewhere or anything like that?
Yeah.
Is there any school? Have you already committed already or anything like that?
I'm looking right now. The other day I went to go work out with a school, so it might be there. Just trying to see.
That's a blessing because you too good, you too talented to not be playing. In somebody's college.
All right.
What would be your academic major in college? Have you thought about that?
I'm thinking about construction management, like with real estate, so on my own property and flip it and stuff.
What area of your game are you seeking to improve on?
I would have to say my on the ball dribble into a shot and getting tighter on my ball handle, because I feel like if I get that, it's over for everybody.
How does your parents and your brother and coaches and teammates as well instill confidence in you, or how does they instill confidence in you, and how do you instill confidence in them as well as your teammates?
My dad, he makes sure I put in a lot of work, like in the off season. He always makes sure I train every summer, every off season. My brother, he goes to Alcorn, so he's like a sports head. So he always tell me like, "You good? Just keep working, and it's gonna come. Like, just be patient." My mom, she's overly confident in us. Like, if I have a bad game, she gonna be like, "It's alright, baby. Like, don't worry about it." So, and my coach, she just tells us the work you put in is gonna show. So, and then I just give it back by doing what I'm supposed to do.
Jordan, for my next question, first of all, when y'all was talking about how you said you like the Maya Moore and you said you like Skylar Diggins, and Angel McCautry was my girl from Louisville that played for Atlanta Dreams. Okay. I feel like WNBA players don't get paid enough money.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't get enough TV exposure. I feel like you all work hard, from Pee Wee to AAU.
Yeah.
And I feel like females have to go overseas after the regular season of the WNBA to get their money. What's your opinion on that? Do you feel like it should get better, or like it's more powerful men to speak up on this to help? Like, what's your opinion on that?
I feel like everybody has a voice in this, but people have to be willing to listen. Like, people can say all this, but if the top dog's not listening, like, it's not gonna matter. And my coach, she had told me, like, she played in the WNBA for 11 years, and she had to go overseas, and she said she made way more money there. So I feel like if you're from the U.S., like, why we gotta leave to get all the money? So that's really my take on it.
That's how I feel too, Jay.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you that. For my last question, what is your burning desire?
To make the world a better place. Like when I leave, when I'm done with my life, I just want people to look back and say, like, I made a difference. So that's my goal in life.
Absolutely. So can you tell us your social media platform so people who watch this interview can follow you?
Everything is _Jordan B with 4 N's.
Absolutely. Well, Jordan, it was a pleasure having you on the show. And thank you for coming on Diamond and Russ Sports Talk.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.